All right, hello everyone. We are back here in Dead by Dawn tournament. We are now with two beautiful teams, that is PCR and Eneida, going on Wesker. Obviously, a classic set that is Wesker Cold Tower 1. And I'm gladly that I'm not alone today. I'm with Lazy Genius. Hello, Lazy.
Hello everyone, I'm here and I'm seeing already a very interesting perk because it is Dragon's Grip. I didn't saw this perk for a long time because no one wants to use it, and we are seeing that perk on Wesker set, which is even more interesting. What do you think about that perk?
Dragon's Grip, it's a really cool perk, I will say. I'm like an enjoyer of weird perks like Dragon's Grip, Force Excitation. I think they can give you big chances to outplay survivors, and oof, that was a really good double dash from Dino against what is the name of this survivor? Jonah, if I'm not wrong. And wow, well, I guess it's just like Wesker things. It's just Wesker things. But yeah, what I was saying, it allows you to outplay survivors in a very good way and also in an interesting way. Considering that Wesker is on City 1, which is a small map, you can actually take a lot of value of that perk.
Yeah, we could see a little bit of fast down. I was a little bit confused of the throw, but I guess we can see Dead by Daylight being Dead by Daylight. And we can see some amazing play for our killer and getting the mid hook pressuring all the map, making survivors struggle a little bit, making hoping that they're gonna make a mistake.
Yeah, of course, that's another thing. For me, Wesker is like a skill matchup in the sense that if you make like mistakes, you are running like very easily out of resources. Like for example, in here, there is not much survivors can do to pull out Jonah out of the hook without looking for a trade, or at least they need two survivors to come in here to get the safe pull. But still, it's going to be a short chase anyways. So I don't know. What do you think? Like facing against Wesker. Do you like this matchup, Lazy?
I very like this match. I very like overall this killer. This killer feels balanced, and you can try to juke him a little bit and dodge his power, which is very fun and interactive killer. I feel like our survivors are in a little bit of dangerous spot because they have second stage at 5 gens left, but I guess it's 4 right now, and we are seeing some. The survivors are trying to pull the survivor out of here, but it's gonna be very hard because of no resources around.
Yeah, that's actually true, and well, they are actually working so good into the gens. They are at least putting pressure into the killer by saying, okay, then you're gonna be camping. Then we're just gonna put more pressure into you by just popping gens, and well, it's going to be the 3v1 quite early in the game, I will say, because there is no like in my opinion, there will be like more gen pressure than at least one more gen, because it was two survivors pulling the rescue from Jonas, so might be no more gen pressure at this very moment. What are you expecting, Lacey? Might be 4K or out?
I feel like with the situation we are here, there should be outs, but let's see, maybe our Jonah is gonna pull up some amazing chase and give the survivors a chance to even out this matchup. Let's see.
Yeah, that's actually true, and well, there you go. It's going to be the 3v1 with two gens up only. I would like to say that I'm spectating out. So I don't think the killer, as a Wesker, can protect these left gens, in my opinion. I mean, he can, of course. He has two dashes and he has mobility. And of course, it's a small map, but he can like this window. It's on the opposite side where the other gens are. So either is it going to just be committing main, which of course you don't want to be committing main, or just protect those gens. And the gens that are bottom are quite separated, so it's not like Wesker can protect them. Actually, I'm expecting to see like an interesting play with the play that you mentioned, Leji.
I feel like I might change my mind because our Wesker have a little bit of hard time protecting these gens. We can see some rebound going on from our Oscar. Uh, this we can see two gens top and two gens bottom, which is very hard to protect, and it it might be actually out, like you said. And the chase for from Jonah wasn't that long because he got. We can see some Wesker, very good play from our killer, grabbing the survivor very fast and giving next PR for survivors.
Yeah, that's actually a really good observation. Right now, it's coming with the second fresh cook. Yeah, it's second fresh cook. Oh, actually, don't mind me. It's coming with the second also pain dress, and I was wrong. He can actually protect the Dojians. That wow. I mean, I just regret what I said. I totally regret. This might be a 4K1. Like this gen seems to be impossible to pop. Like I totally regret.
I feel like there is a lot of resources. There was a lot of resources around, but because of the chases, the resources are a little bit out of the game, and it's gonna result when you're gonna try to get on the generator. This might result a hit or even a down very fast because Wesker has a wow. A very well played from our killer. We can see some next down. Let's see if our killer is gonna try to play for another Painteress. He's trying to get to the gen, hoping that he's gonna use his perk, which none of the survivors even know they have.
Yeah, that it will be huge if imagine they were trying to sneak out to pop the last gen and then magically boom, it comes Dragon's Rape. Will be amazing actually. I love to see that. But I mean, that's unfortunate that there was another paint race. Like I will say this paint race, it can be more perfect. It's literally in the middle of a beautiful tree gen. Like holy, Killer is so lucky today.
Yeah, as we can see, the survivors are a little bit of trouble situation because they have one injury and the ace can't even progress the gen because the killer is like standing next to him and next to Hook. They can't even unhook the survivor because our Renato is injured, which will result probably in the next down. Let's see if Killer can do the same thing as he did to Nancy, surprised Renato with some cool text from Wesker.
True. That is actually true. Oof. Are we actually popping that gen? I don't think so. Either you need to decide the gen or the hook, and I guess we're deciding for the gen. There's also a couple resources in here for the survivors, so if they don't mess up, I guess they can do a full reset. And if Wesker just wastes a lot of time in this survivor on Shack, they might be able to pop this last gen. Even though it's a strong 3 gen, he just lost like the total of the pressure that he had in the survivors by just letting them to pull. Oh, there you go. It's being already used. Dragon's Rip. Finally.
Yeah, yeah. Luckily for our killer, the survivor that touched the gen was healthy, and we're expecting to survive beyond the gen. Survivors are a little bit of panicking because they don't know what. That was amazing play from our killer. The survivor didn't realize that Wesker is growing from the top side of the map and cut her off.
Yeah, that was actually a really good play from Dino. Taking another free hook into Nancy. It's actually so good, but well, still the survivors are actually doing a really good job by just putting pressure into the gens. I mean, right now they have pressure in two different gens. They are also pulling Nancy out of the hook, and regression events start to being less and less. So might be only two more kicks, obviously counting that there is an eruption in the play that are left for that generator. I'm wondering if what's going to happen if Dino is gonna get run out of regression events, or it's just gonna be survivors just probably making a mistake and then just giving up into the 4v1 into the 4K1.
I feel like our killer lost a little bit of momentum for the 4K1. He's like trying to wait for the mistakes from a survivor, and survivor playing it safe. They're trying probably to reset and to spray and to get another try on this region, and hoping that killer is gonna make some kind of mistake, because this kind of region is very hard to pop.
But what? Sometimes the ping just it's just shocking to me. But that was a really good stuff into it. I'm just avoiding the tag from Wesker. My opinion, they are more than able to pop the last generator because Wesker made one important mistake that was letting the survivors to fully reset and also use the sprays to take out the infection. So it is like they restarted the game in the sense that they are now fully reset without infection and everything, and they still have progress into two different generators. And of course, you can't protect two of them. I mean, you can zone them, but you can't avoid survivors to work into them. Considering also that there's at least 6 regression events into this generator, it's going to be huge. What do you think, Lacey? Is going to be a 4K or out? Like at this very moment, what do you think?
I feel like it might be out because Killer might run out of kicks on a gen on bottom mid, and this is problem for him because this gen is pretty high, and he needs to make some kind of play, and this is the play that he wanted actually. The two tap might be here for in his hands, and the Penrest maybe. That is
Oh.
unfortunate. Uh, DBD being DBD, and that doesn't hit. Unfortunately, we can see some both survivors trying to work this gen. Unfortunately, we don't have double dashes, and we can't injure the Nancy.
And this is our last kick, if I'm not wrong. This might be the last kick, and then it's going to apply eruption, and then that gen can't be kicked anymore. So it's just there you go. It's just putting now the killer into a complicated spot, in my opinion. I mean, both sides are in a complicated spot, but I guess it's more double for the survivors to just pop the last generator. It was painless being applied to that gen. If it was, then I'm just surprised that it still has more regression events. If it was not, then well, that's unlucky. That's just not getting a value out of the last pain race that he had. And well, we're in the same spot as before, with the gen highly progressed, and we're just camping the same hook. But this time is quite different because the killer doesn't really have more regression events into that generator. So it's going to be rough for the survivors. They need to plan a strategy to either pop the gen or try to pull the survivor out of the hook.
Yeah, there comes the clean break that was 60 seconds for the hill. Let's see if the survivor is gonna take a next try to pop this gen. The killer is trying to surprise the survivor, but the survivor tried some good mind game, and killer got confused where was the survivor. We can see some next try. Do we? This is, I think, our injured survivor, if I'm not wrong. Let's see if the survivor is gonna try to reset, play it slow, or they're gonna just try to hope that the healer is not gonna make a mistake.
I guess at this point, the killer might just fully commit to one survivor. I mean, at the end of the day, they're just gonna pop that generator. Doesn't really matter when because you can't do anything about it. I mean, should just be committing to one chase and then try to aim the best result. I mean, considering that also average results in Wesker are 2K something, no more than that. And if there is more than 2K, then it seems that survivors are making more mistakes than usual. So all this is Gen is also being progressed and also running out of regression events too. So things are getting complicated for the killer. So complicated.
Yeah, we can see some dragon's grip, but that's not a healthy survivor, and this chase might be enough for survivors to pop a gen, but killer just decides to leave the. Ooh, we can see some tries from our killer to hope for the 2-tap on our Renato, and hoping that he's gonna make a mistake. Unfortunate 50 for our killer, and let's see if gonna try to down survive. We can see some opportunity for our killer. Maybe the down is coming. I feel like that's enough. Their survivors trying to die in corner, hoping that the gen might pop. Let's see.
It was a really good try in the survivors, but I don't think they can just. I mean, the killer can be just holding this game anymore. It was just a matter of time for the survivors to just pop the last gen. It's another hook, so it is the 2K at the moment for the killer, getting a 3K, whatever it is, 3K, whatever. It's actually a really good result for the killer. What do you think on the killer's performance, Lacey? Was good? Was bad?
I feel like the killer show us that he's very skilled with the Wesker and he has good moments with this killer. But survivors show us that this killer is not an S tier and you can juke some of his power and even make a grave mistake for the killer.
Yeah, that's actually true, and that's also quite sad. Not gonna lie, I like deep inside me, I just wanted to Wesker to be a high tier killer. You know, like at least a little bit stronger than what it is right now. And oh, that's kind of fortunate for the killer. Like not being able to take the 4K zero, but taking a 3K. It's actually a really good result for the killer. I mean, just taking a lot of value out of that, just giving away two stages is more than a double result for the survivors. So just wait for us to literally be right back in a few seconds with Eneida.
Hello everyone, we are back from our short intermission. We are back on the Eneida on the killer. We don't see any spicy build. We see normal corrupt with painless and eruption with pop. I think this is like normal build for to like get a high result. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think. I mean, my opinion, outplayed people with weird perks only works under specific conditions. Either can be really complicated or like I don't know wood wincon, or it just worked with another type of killers. But I mean like this is, for example, with Ghostface, you can actually take a lot of value out of Dragon's Grip or Singularity. You can take value out of those perks. Even with Demogorgon, you can take a lot of value out of what is the name of this Forces Hesitation by just camping a Survivor. But with Wesker, for some reason, I just feel that you need more regression perks. Like for example, here we're running a full meta build, just based on regression events that are obviously pain res, pop eruption combo, and one of the best, if not the best, early game perks that is corrupt. So quite a strong build on the killer side. Now, talking about the win con, do you think it's possible for the survivors to get out, Lacey, or not?
Yeah, Tain Sage is like almost a 4K, but like it's not enough. But like still, for the survivors to like get it out on this set, it's very likely to happen. Let's see. This is our. Ooh, that is amazing juke. This is our first chase. Simple mind games from our killer trying to look for the another tag. The corrupts ends in right now, and we're looking for survivors spreading the gens around. We saw two survivors. We saw Dwight and Ada. I think another survivor just trying to split the gens. I think you need to commit a chase and have it very fast because yeah, the gens are popping and the time is ticking for our killer.
Yeah, that's also oof. That's also another important thing to mention. Killer, even though he's been doing a quite decent job while just taking the resources away from the survivors. Oof, a beautiful springboard into the Ada, avoiding the Wesker to actually take her down is just huge. And I'm impressed how good survivors are managing, because they waste a lot of time from the killer. Literally, the killer got his first hook out of two gens out, which is huge considering that there is a 10 stage win con. I don't know. I mean, still, the game is obviously still not finished. They still need to get out, but having this early game is so strong for the survivors.
I feel like our killer needs to try to a little bit get the pressure up, and he can't commit this out because he needs to gain the pen resist and pop eruption on the gens, because this chase was long enough to survive to pop two gens and split the gens around the map, and the pressure is not enough for our killer, I feel like.
Yeah, that's also true. And I don't see on. Oof. Oh, that was oh, that was 100% sure that was light. And what I was saying is that the killer has like a complex region area in the top side. It's quite difficult to protect the gen on the main building, but still there is big chances for the killer to protect it. And oh, beautiful double dash from the killer to actually get a tag into Dwight. And now, as we can see, he applied to at least two gens eruption. So if he gets the down into Dwight, he might take a lot of value out of eruption right now. We're seeing that Dwight is also taking a beautiful chasing here, but keep in mind that under this area there is nothing he can loop around. So I don't know. What do you think right now, Lizzie? In my opinion, survivors are just doing a beautiful job.
Yeah, they're making a killer work for the tags and works for the downs. It's very hard for killer to even commit any chase because any chase is taking so long, and even but one chase right now for our killer might result in outs.
Yeah, that's also another thing to keep in mind. And oh, that was probably uh, a misclicking into the dash. No, oh, I didn't realize that the killer opened that door. It was a beautiful try from Ace to waiting the killer to get to dash into the window, but of course that is not happening. And there you go. Now it's committing Ace into this double window or just insta bolting, trying to take the killer away from the area that he's protecting. That is obviously the Trigen that he has topside. Oh, that's quite unfortunate that he didn't get the tag into Ace, and now we got the down. Oof. This gen is 99. Well, I'm just impressed how good and how well coordinated are the survivors right now. Oh, coming with a
This
palisade
is
and a floodless save.
this is unfortunate for our killer. He worked so hard for this down. He mind game our survivor on the jungle gym, but still he gets a down, and the survivor's popping next gens, which is quite unfortunate for our killer because the gens are popping very fast and the chase are so long.
Yeah, that's giving the killers issues to actually put pressure into the survivors. There is only one more gen remaining. There is no hex noid for the killer, so this means he's running basically out of options, out of perks, out of basically most of the things that he brought to this game to take kills and hooks. And well, I guess I'm. I don't want to say it, but probably we're about to see outs. Who's coming also with the instant rescue, good communication on the survivors.
I feel like, ooh, we have a little bit of region on top side. I know about the generator progress, but it might be enough for our killer to even 4K. Let's see how our killer will. This is ooh, this is the second wind coming off hook. This unfortunate event for our killer, and he don't get the down. It was second before the second wind coming in.
Yeah, that's getting unlucky for the killer. Now we are getting the down, but there is no many. I mean, also the killer is been chasing in bottom side and not even close to the gen, so they might be popping the gen that is on one. I'm pretty sure they have that gen highly progressed. That was unfortunate that we missed a skill. Now we give the killer full information of which end we are progressing on. coming with another instant save. I guess they need to pop the gen soon.
I feel like if our killer gives the opportunity for survivors to even reset for a second, they're gonna take that chance, and it might result in outs because the pressure that killer has right now is excellent, and even survivors are struggling to even last for a second because there is no resource around the top side.
It's true. That's a really good observation. And as we can see right now, yeah, that was a really bad spot to die. Like Loki dying in this area was actually so bad for the game progression because now it's like the game turned it into the killer side. He has a really good spot to protect the gen and the hook, so he basically can just stand in top of the main building and just look to both gens and will be literally huge for the killer.
We can see Ace trying to sneak for the unhook. I feel like the strategy for our survivors, they just need to pray that killer is gonna panic for a second and just stick the gen on 10, which is what they are doing right now. We can see another tag coming in. Let's see if our survivor can reach a bottom. Our killer is trying to get as much tags as he can to make even survivors struggle a little bit more. Let's see what our Ada is gonna do. I feel like our killer is trying to get the Beetle value and throw the survivors on the top side of the gens, but they're just going bottom. And I feel like this is the reset. Yeah, this is the opportunity for our survivor to reset and make this like yeah.
If they actually manage to reset each other and take away the infection, then it's 100% sure. I mean, not 100, but like they had way more possibilities and chances to actually pop the last gen and have outs. That's those are my thoughts. And well, as you can see, it seems that they are over pressuring themselves by just forcing gens instead of looking for uh, quick resets. They probably can just reset one or two. I mean, there were three injured, and actually, don't mind me. They are actually doing whatever I'm saying, so don't mind me. But if actually, don't mind me. Actually, don't mind me at all. They were literally doing a really good job. They just need to take away the infection, and they should be more than chilling now. If they take away the infection, it's going to be out.
I feel like our killer is needs to try to find the most valuable person for him, which would be tunnel out, but it's very hard for him because the chase goes to bottom, and it's very hard for him to even commit a one chase. That is unfortunate throw because our Eda was fully infected, which result full down.
Yeah, that was unlucky for the killer. Oh, I mean, that was kind of greedy trying to hit that Poco. Also, I'm just curious, what were survivors doing during this time? Because I don't know, I just felt like the killer just spent a lot of time in those chases. So, and they are still not popping any of these gens. Quite interesting that they are not popping gens. I mean, the last gen they need.
This is quite unfortunate. Excellent cracker from our Dwight, making sure that killer is missing the dash, and yeah, that's the last gen popping. Let's see if our survivor can make the performance to the end and take the outs for the 10 stages.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, the chances are so small. Oof, what are you seeing for the people trying to save? Um, yeah, that was quite unfortunate for our killer, but there you go.
Yeah, this is PSR taking a first set of Wesker. We're gonna see each other in the next set, which is Doctor on the Wretched Shop.
Hello, guys. We are back. We are here with Dead by Dawn tournament again. This time is Eneida on the killer side playing Doctor, and of course, it's going to be on Greckett's shop. Lacey, I need to ask, what are your expectations in this game? Like on Doctor, I mean.
I feel like Doctor average is stages, and I'm expecting stages too. And as we can see, our survivors are already in the a little bit of panic because our Doctor shocked 4 survivors, and we can see Rapid in the place, and we can see even Noed. So our killer might not be confident in his Doctor skills.
Mm, seems like also chasing two survivors and having rapid brutality. It just feels like whenever a killer that is like Doctor, Clown, even Demogorgon, those type of killers, when they are running oh, that was quite unfortunate. When they are running rapid brutality, they feel more oppressive. But at the same time, if you manage to not get tagged in a small loop, then you can run them for a while. And oh, that's quite unlucky that I didn't have anything here to loop around. Do you like Doctor with Noed, Lazy, or not really?
I feel like Noed is just like an ace in the pocket. You can help yourself because Doctor Average is, as I said, it's stages, but Noed can make it even 4K 0. As we can see, the gen is popping as I speak, and we don't make a penny rest before it. We can see a lot of survivors going around, and I feel like we're giving too much information for a killer, and the killer might be just satisfied with what he's doing right now.
Yeah, giving a lot of information, especially to the this type of killers like Doctor, it can be dangerous because he can easily zone survivors. Then he can use the blast to put you into madness tree, and then you're not going to be able to do basically anything. And also, if the killer decides to just face cam the hook, it's going to be even harder for the survivors to look for a safe pool. So they also need to coordinate to get the pool out of this phase. And oh, as no, that's quite unfortunate. He's going to get tagged, and probably someone might be pulling just behind of the doctor. Oh,
I
if
feel
he
like
gets the down, it's going to be huge. Oh, I'm sorry.
I feel like it was good try to pull before a second because this will be such a huge pull. Doctor, if he don't realize for a second before, it would be such a crazy pull because he makes out of mid, which is like the most oppressive position right now for our Doctor.
Yeah, yeah, you were totally right. And now, well, still the survivor is still on the hook. This being dangerous for the survivor facing a doctor. Yeah, that would be literally something that you don't really gonna happen in your games. That is going to be facing a doctor 3v1 with 4 gens up is definitely something really really hard. And I guess it doesn't really matter that they managed to pull Ace out of the hook. It's going to be happening anyways.
I feel like I know it was good choice to unhook him like that because our killer just downed him to bottom where was no any pallets. As we can see, there is like on top on bottom there is no pallets around. We don't see any fillers, which is a little bit unfortunate RNG for our survivor. But they still managed to pop another gen, which is gonna be second gen for in this game, and we can see 3 survivors because one of them pop a gen.
Yeah, that is so true. And oh, Fengmin just getting the tag and well, running out of resources against a doctor. I don't think it's a really big problem running out of resources because you are basically just throwing every single pallet at the very first chance that you have, and then just probably trying to loop. But it's depending on the doctor. If it's a really good doctor, then it's going to be quite impossible to loop around basically almost every single filler, right? Well, besides the main building, of course, it's going to take ages to the doctor to actually take a single tag into Ada. Will be smarter if he decides to actually look for more options to get free tags. And there you go. It's going to be now the chase into Fengmin. But as you said, Lacey is going to be a dead zone, so nothing that Feng can do.
I feel like doctors is more like to play on the coordination with the team and try to coordinate some head-ons or pallet stuns from another survivor, or even hit time that comes in right now. I don't know if it's metal is allowed on this, but it's already like two staffs if it's allowed, and it would be good opportunity to our survivor to make it even possible, because metal is such a good perk against doctor, because after metal, doctor just realized that he spent a lot of time not downing a survivor.
True. That's also true and a really good idea. If I don't think survivors brought Metalman, but I do think that it's also not as good as an idea if you are not in a really good spot with your team. By this I mean if you are not like very well communicated or coordinated. Um, it can end bad if you start like taking too many hits into the doctor. It can also be a small snowball that you are making to yourself, and it kind of be complicated. Another down into Ada, and I'm so surprised that survivors are not popping gens. I will say that like they are spending a lot of time doing resets, but they are not popping gens. So where is the gen pressure? Oh, actually, don't mind me. Again,
I feel like we didn't saw our Dwight for such a long time. I'm expecting another gen even to pop, because this gen, I don't think it was stuck. We might expect some locker play from our survivor. We don't see any head on. Maybe we're gonna just try to blaze. There comes like instapur from our survivor. I didn't expect that. They saw that killer is hanging around on tile and didn't pay attention to the survivors.
yeah, that's really good observation. And also, I'm actually need to add that they managed to pop four gens. I mean, four gens. They managed to pop at least three gens in a 3v1, which is actually a really good achievement for these survivor teams. They might be able to get outs. What do you think, Lacey? Are they able to take outs or not?
I feel like this is the opportunity for them to take and for the out. And this is an ambitious swing from our doctor, because I don't think a lot of people would hit that. And I'm surprised that Survivor is still making a lot of opportunity for them to even reset or just pop a gen, because the chases are long enough to get the reset or pops the gen, because Doctor is such a passive killer, I feel like, no?
Yeah, he definitely is an oppressive killer. I mean, it depends, right? But yeah, in most of the terms, he's an oppressive killer. He's more than oppressive, in my opinion. He's just annoying. But that's just my opinion that he's annoying. I mean, he's just shocking you, you know. And it seems that we're as you said, we're not taking hits. Ada just coming to take the down. I mean, not the down, but at least one tag for Dino. Dino seems being able to take it to Shaq. And if I'm not wrong, Fang should be working into the gen. Now the thing is, if they manage to actually keep the chase, oh,
Yeah.
that was metal, man. Just like you said, Lacey, that was metal,
Yeah.
man.
That was Metal of Man, and there comes the problem for our killer, because he didn't realize it was metal, and the survivor is making progress on our top sides of gens, because as we can see, there is a region on top which is very hard to break for our survivors, because there is nothing around for them to like loop or waste a lot of time against this killer.
Yeah, that is true. Also, I mean, I don't think it goes the same as the sets before. Running out of resources is not representing you a problem. It just represents like a waste of time, you know, like what is going to be happening first is going to be survivors making mistakes by standing in empty spots, dying in the wrong places, or is going to be the killer just committing someone because he's desperate to get a down, obviously not getting the down, wasting time, and the survivors popping the last gen is going to be the thing that define the final part of this beautiful set on Doctor. Now it's It's going to take another hook into Fang. Probably they don't have that many progress into the generators.
I feel like our survivors are doing amazing jokes because they're dying on bottom, which is very hard to protect the gens on top, and the killer is struggling to even get this down on bottom, so they're just wasting a lot of time for his travel or even for the chase.
Yeah, that is a thing, and also we're having Aura thanks to the add-ons. Ooh, not being able to fully reset Fang might be a problem if we actually let her die. It's going to be close to the impossible of popping the last generator. Seems that also not going to be a really, really long chase. Coming with the pre-drop of the Shaq Palais, moving more and more time for his last teammate that might be Dino, the hero. Please, Dino, save the Fang. We trust you.
I feel like our Dwight is just sticking the gen on main, hoping that the survivors can waste a lot of time, and he can pop a gen on main and make the end game. I don't I don't think. Let's see if our survivors are gonna expect the node, because there's a lot of teams that don't count the perk and they're just getting surprised by the node.
Yeah, that is also true, and you were right. I totally forgot about Noid, so we might see Noid coming up. I mean, of course, you don't want to reach the Noid time. You might be wanting to finish the game during I mean, while the gens are still up. So how can you call it? Like a mid game probably. So getting 4K1 will be double. I mean, more than double. But average on Doctor it's the same as Wesker is out. So having even a 3K will be huge for the killer.
Yeah, I feel like our doctor is in a good spot. The Phrygian is helping him a little bit, and the survivors are not playing aggressive too, so that he can make a lot of pressure around the map. He's making our Ada goes to tier 3 and goes to madness and waste a little bit of more time, not on the gens.
Yeah, that is a really good thing from the Doctor. But I just doesn't like it that this type of how can I say this? Like it seems that both sides are scared, you know, and I don't like that. Like this feeling, survivors are scared to make mistakes, which is completely understandable because if they make one mistake, they die in the ground place, then it's going to be over basically. But also at the same time, it's just like the killer is just scared of committing anyone, you know, and I don't like this type of feeling.
Yeah, I feel like we can see some 50s from our Ada wasting a lot of time again. We can see, we can hear, I feel it, Fangmin going into the locker, if I'm not mistaken, and why probably sitting on the gens again, which is, again, we're chasing bottom and we're not pressuring the gens on top. I feel like this might be a little bit of a long game, because the survivors are just resetting and waiting for a killer to make a mistake, and killer is not very happy with the situation he is here.
Yeah, he's also about to run out of regression events into the gen of the main building, so he might really want to commit someone to get it down and start putting more pressure into the survivors and forcing them to stop just running away from him and just trying to force something. Would be huge if the killer managed to hook someone. Would be actually so beautiful. It's not going to be the chase again on Ada. If this chase is long enough, I guess Doctor can actually lose. But if not, then it's going to be a problem for the survivors. Oh, there you go. She's just fully rested. Oh my god.
I feel like the clean break coming in clutch because Doctor didn't see the time that Perry is coming in clutch, and we can I think see Fengmin going on top again, but still going to bottom. Every single time tag goes to bottom, and this is problem for our killer because I mean, he can commit right now because we can see three injured survivors, which is gonna be very helpful for him. Hoping that survivors are gonna make a mistake and reset, other than making a gen.
Yeah, that's one of the last hopes that the doctor is willing to, because survivors making mistakes might be the difference between winning or losing this game. I mean, actually, winning. In my opinion, he already won this game because it's, I mean, 2 kills and still one more gen. No, never mind. But still, 4K0 is also double. It's also a double win con. Now, the thing is, Lazy, do you like facing Doctor in scrims in general or not really?
I feel like I love like overall the M1 killers because there is so much interaction with them, and you can try to make some plays that survivor are not expecting, and the killer is not expecting, and like the playstyle against the doctor is very fun too because of the going wide for the loops and just looping the doctor overlord because of the shocks and just winning 50s and mind games against the killer.
Yeah, that's also a really good thing to mention. Now, we just need to wait for two things to happen. Dwight just pulling out of the ground his teammate, or Dwight just opening one door, because quite sad that the killer doesn't really have like middle spot to check both doors.
I feel like Dwight doesn't have an opportunity to even open the door because of noise speed, and the noise speed might even come in clutch because it's gonna be problem for our survivor right now.
Yeah, keep in mind that they need to save stages. The Wincon is 10 stages. So I don't think they can get it. Yeah, that's so unfortunate for them. But it's been spotted, so which means he's not going to be able to make it to basically anything. It's going to be on the ground, and it's yep, there you go. It's just going to be the Mori on Doctor. So we'll be literally just right back after a short break. So just stay tuned.
Hello, everyone. We are back to the PSR on the killer. This might be even a match point for PSR if they met a win con, which is 4K1 or 4K0, which is tie for them. They win all whole match. What do you think all about the build of our killer?
I think it's quite interesting. My opinion, the synergy between what is it? Save the best and also rapid brutality. It's so good. I mean, can be just enough if you bring rapid brutality. Of course, you're a doctor and you're like meant to be for short loops and just holding the pallet, winning the 50s. But with Save the Best, you can be a more oppressive killer in the sense that you are start avoiding the survivors. Also, the possibility to pull up. I mean, if they look for trades, it's going to be risky because you are just giving the killer free tags into the Save the Best. So it's really not a good idea. Actually, I think it running this type of variant of build, it's actually stronger into the killer. Also, note that Nancy is doing a beautiful job. Oh well.
Yeah, that chase was, I think, long enough to even stack a gen. That was very first stack, but the chase was long enough. I feel. Let's see if the survivor can pop a first gen. Unfortunately for them, the painless comes in, and the doctor is going for a hunt for our survivors, looking for attacks for the best for last.
Yep, he needs to charge, say the best, so he can start like being a really oppressive killer. And as soon as he charges, it's going to be better. I mean, right now is I don't know if it's a good idea to commit obsession, but I mean, there's the only thing you can do right now. You don't want to be like wasting time. Just look into your surroundings to see if you find another survivor. You still need to be putting a lot of pressure into the survivors, and there you go. There's two survivors that you have information now. Probably the last one is either repairing a gen or just coming to the hook. Might be coming to the hook, yeah.
Let's see. Our survivor side is hoping that Nancy can last long enough that they can pop all the gens. There comes the Adam with the hit tank, hoping that Nancy is gonna reach some tile or maybe a pallet, which is gonna help her with the long chase. Let's see if Nancy can make the miracle and maybe last for the free gens even to pop.
Yeah, oof, that's actually kind of rough for the killer. The survivors are just doing a beautiful job by popping these gens and not letting the killer to have a lot of pressure into them. Like, I mean, just denying two perks out of this is actually beautiful. And considering the win con survivors are just one gen away to achieve the win con and being able to move into the tiebreaker. Now the thing is, Lacey, do you think they can actually win the set or not really?
I feel like Eneida is in the tour that they can even out this game because the two gens left and the Survivor probably trying to split the gens, hoping that Killer won't commit anyone because he's gonna be too scared of committing anyone because of the unhook.
Yeah, that is also true. And well, I guess right now the killer is in a really good spot because he can actually handle this basement what is it, this basement on hook, sorry, I'm kind of lost, this basement on hook, and now it's going to be Nancy, yeah, on the ground again. Was a really good try on Jonah, looking for the body block, but it's not enough. And there you go, we're watching the Mori obviously avoiding the possibility that you get Haleston while picking up the survivor. So just going for the secure option, that is just killing it by your own hands.
I feel like this is our first Mori of the turn in this season that we are using the Mori for the to avoid the pallet save or a save overall.
Yeah, playing for Palisades it's a really good thing. I mean, if you can't do anything else, just dying under Pali can buy you a few more seconds, and there you go. I mean, okay, listen to me, Lazy. This has to be the big chance for Dino to actually end the game. Why? Because everyone is on tier 3. You got full information on the 3 survivors, so this means there is no more game progress. If he manages to take a really good look into two of the survivors, then he can end the game easily into 4K1.
I feel like Rapid and Save is gonna help him for sure for now, but let's see, maybe Survivor's gonna realize that this is save and the Jonah is gonna just take a hit tank, preventing a save to even be a good perk.
Yeah, that is another thing to keep in mind for sure. Having this issue with the obsession is not always good, you know. But at this very moment, he's actually taking a lot of value. Like he's on 6 stacks. 6 stack is just like insane. You have insane hit recovery, which allows you to be oppressive into the survivors, like so oppressive. And as you can see here, he's obviously not winning Bloodlust, because he's going to be able. Wow.
This is unfortunate for our killer. I feel like this our killer was so confused why that did not hit, and our killer is losing a little bit of pressure because of that, because that should be a down, and the downs not coming in right now is a little bit of problem because the survivor is doing amazing job wasting a lot of time of our killer.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely unfortunate for the killer. I got surprised, you got surprised, everyone got surprised that that swing didn't end into attack into Renato or into down in this case. But finally, he got the down, and probably he's still in a good spot. I mean, he's still having 2 more pain rest hooks. So as long as he manages to have short chases, it should be good though.
I feel like this is the opportunity for our killer because the 7 stack is already on the save the best. So the hits from our survivor is gonna even not help them, even like they reach something. This is gonna help our killer because of save. Ooh, this is unfortunate. Yeah, there comes a save. Our survival is not reaching anything, and the down comes instantly, and this might be next pain rest for our killer. Yeah.
Yeah, this is also the next pain rush for the killer. So the window is open and it's getting bigger and bigger for the killer to get the 4K1. Keep in mind something, guys. If they tie, they are also taking the win. So whenever they tie, we just take in count the first set. So it's going to be the win, unless they don't tie, of course. And we're moving forward into the tiebreaker. So we'll see what's going on.
I don't think we want to chase Jonah right now because Jonah is the only survivor with the obsession, and is gonna lose our save the best for last stacks, and this is not gonna help us with the chases overall. We should just try to find the two tunnel outs, which is our Adam and Renato.
Yeah, that is true. Actually, and also, Jonah is chasing in a really good spot. I mean, this pallet is so strong. You can hold it for, well, yeah. I mean, you can hold it forever, or you can just you can just take a attack and not being able to hold it anymore. But at the end of the day, it's still a strong pallet, and as you can see, Jonah just took a lot of value. I mean, a lot of time out of that. Even though he's now on the ground, we're just on 4 stacks of saved of the best, but it's his last pain rest. So this means it's going to be more time for Dino to look for this 4K1.
Let's see. This is our last painter, so this is like our last hope of regression on the gens that he put right now on the gen, probably on free on our Adam. Let's see, because this, right now our killer has only kicks, and this is like only his hope that he can regress the gens with it.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that survivors. I mean, both sides are just spending a lot of time doing doing chases and killing each other instead of just popping gens. So if they keep it like this rhythm, I guess survivors are just going to be popping. I mean, ending popping this last gen. There is no way the killer can just hold one chase forever. Even he's running save the best, he can't get bloodlust. So just chasing survivors endlessly, I don't think it's a good idea.
I feel like our killer needs to find the two survivors that are doing the gen and hope that Slugs is gonna help him with it because, well, the Slug is the only hope that he can get. The save coming in clutch. Maybe Renat doesn't reach Shaq. Unfortunately, this is a ping matchup and for him, and this is Renat reaches the Shaq. Let's see. Ooh, with some 50s. Let's see if he win it. Because this is the 50 that he needs to win. There comes the down, which is gonna be 7 stack of save the best for last, and I feel like our killer is looking for more, looking for the our Adam that is probably on 10, doing a gen. Let's see, the big shot come in.
Oh, there you go. You were actually right. This is the Jonah. But as you said, probably the killer doesn't really want to commit to Jonah. And instead of committing, he's just gonna be looking for the other survivor that is Adam. And there you go. Now you have your last options that are not the obsession. So you probably want to take two more easy downs or at least one more that is close
Yeah,
to the
I
hook to
feel
the gen that
like
has been progressed.
I feel
Oh,
like there was a option for our killer. If he won that 50 on a shack, he could actually select two survivors and hope that he's gonna find the Jonah midway to the gen.
yeah, that's also another possibility. And oof, this gen is highly progressed. Like Loki, this gen is like 90 something, 80 something. I'm pretty sure. So he needs to play around this area. He literally can't leave this area. That's unfortunate for the killer, of course, not being able to leave this area.
I feel like our Adam is stealthing for the pickup, but I guess not. He's just doing the gen, hoping that he's gonna get a long chase. Let's see if Jonah is just gonna rotate for the pick or just gonna stick the gen.
my opinion should be better if he sticks to the gen. I mean, um, uh, actually, he decided to go for the pick, not risking anything. Just going for the pick is also a really good play and very smart into the killer, not following the normal padding and just like pressing W to get it down into the survivor. It's giving him a little bit of more time, but I don't think if this time is going to be enough. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be enough. They are 100% doubling that gen, so it basically this game is just turning into all or nothing.
Let's see if our survivors gonna pre-run the gen. Yeah, they're just gonna try to pre-run the gen and hope that uh, maybe save the best for last for the Jonah is gonna work still because of the 8 stack. Let's see. There comes the first stack. Maybe you're gonna commit Jonah. Oh no, we want the tunnel out, hoping that the Adam's gonna make a grave mistake, and this is the mistake that Killer was hoping for. Maybe there's opportunity for our Killer. I think Mori was the play for him because he's waiting more time, mooring him with the rapid. He would just hook him faster, I feel like.
I'm not sure how many time is he spending doing the mori or just like taking the hook, but either way he needs to save time, and if he manages to reach the gen with the static explosion, then it's that's so unfortunate for the killer and a beautiful job for the survivors being able to actually pop pop this last gen and not losing this set on Doctor.
Let's see. Let's see if our Jonah can make out of this game because this is unfortunate swing. They're hoping that he's gonna grid for the swing and make bottom, but I feel like Jonah is out of the game. Yeah, and we're going to tiebreaker.
Yeah, we're moving forward into Demo Gorgon in Gold Tower 1 as a tiebreaker between these two teams. So people, just stay tuned and we'll be literally just right back. Hello everyone, we are back with Dead by Dawn again. This is the tiebreaker, and I'm obviously in good company with Lacey. Lacey, what do you think on this Demogorgon set on Cold Tower 1?
I think this is gonna be a very interesting set because dependable on how Survivors play, the matches might go in different way because I mean we don't see any like bamboozle or like something that can help you on chase on Demogorgon because like we normally can see a lot of bamboozle or something like that. We can see Agi the hit is coming very fast. Actually, we see two survivors rotating. This might be a little bit of problem for our survivor because the rotation is getting cut off and our survivor is a little bit zoned. Let's see if he can reach some tile. Unfortunately for
Oof.
him, he's going down, and this might be our first Painteress.
Yeah, that was actually a really good predicting to the killer, and that was, I will say, kind of unlucky into the survivor side that not being able to do like pretty much before the first come is coming. Seems that also the killer is saving the first pain rest. Probably he's wondering that survivors don't really have jam pressure at this moment, so using a pain rest might be just a waste. Of course, we're breaking the door and the top of the main building, and actually having this quick unhook behind the killer while he's opening and breaking gens was actually a really good idea. Sadly for them, Dino seems that he's just gonna be fully committing to the tunnel. So really good decision, beautiful mind game, really well played by Dino, allowing him to take another free down. It's going to be second stage coming so fast in this game.
I feel like the survivors are a little bit of a trouble because the killer is gonna hook him again on the same hook. Never mind, we prefer to take a Painteress. And there comes the second stage, and there comes the first gen before even the Painteress can come in. So maybe survivors are progressing the gen a little bit, but I don't think the pressure from survivors is enough to even pop another gen or even more for the death hook.
Yeah, I agree with you. They are definitely facing the 3v1 before they pop all the gens. I mean, it's just Jonah. He's not about to die, but as soon as the killer realizes that someone is pulling him or someone already pulled him, he's gonna be back, commit full to the tunnel, and then the survivor's gonna be in a trouble. I mean, we mentioned this many times, right? Whenever you're facing the 3v1, it's just gonna be dangerous in different ways. So they might wanna go for the safe, basically. But guess we're not doing a safe. That is very safe for the survivor that is being pulled. But at very least, I can say that he still has main building to loop around. So might be a probably a big opportunity for him to hold the chase. Actually, never mind. I don't know what I'm saying. This. Never mind.
We might be in a little bit of trouble because I don't hear main gen popping or the gen on 8 is not enough to pop too. We have talent 4 gens against Demogorgon. There's a little bit of trouble. We have still 3 painers allowed. This might be a very high result from our killer.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Good shit on the survivor. But yeah, I mean, if the killer just manages like kind of perfectly. I mean, with good rotations, good game sense, and good timings in his head to avoid survivors to keep popping gens, then this 100% sure is going to be a 4K something. Might be 4K1, 4K2, but definitely around those numbers.
Our Adam is making our killer job a little bit harder. He's holding the chase very long, hoping that the survivors are gonna pop another gen for his chase. Maybe there's not gonna be any pain resist, and there might be coming another gen. Yeah, there is the gen that we're hoping for. This chase was a little bit of a clutch for the survivors. They could pop at 2 gens for it, and still, we're still at 2 gens left, which is still a problem because wait, actually no, we don't have any 3 gen or 4 gen at top. We have split gens, which might be resulting in house in this set.
Yeah, but I totally agree with you. Even though they are facing a 3v1, and especially for killers like Demo, are like kind of complicated. They can't really protect the gens. I mean, they can rotate around the map, but it's not as good as, for example, Wesker. I guess Wesker can manage better in this type of situations. Now it depends if he's definitely just going for the full tunnel. That's quite unlucky that, yeah. Ooh, well, that's even luckier for the survivor than the killer, I guess. He's just getting the borrow time. Like literally, it was I don't know, about to end in like what, zero point 0.5 seconds or something like that. Quite lucky for the survivor.
I feel like the gen pressure is very good for our survivors. They pick up the tempo and they're making the killer struggle for the down or for anything even because the demon killer is still a little bit of like not a S tier killer, so he can't get the down instantly, and their survivors are making perfect choice and taking a perfect distance against this killer.
Yeah, and that's also another good thing to mention. Survivor's been doing really good today against Demo and also against what is the name? Against Wesker. Both performances were so good. Less on the sense that taking distance and probably spreading the jam pressure, being actually good. I'm happy with it.
We can see another pickup coming in. I don't think that's a play. I feel like our killer needs a pain resist right now because these chases are gonna be a little bit not enough for him because the gen on bottom might be popping in a second. There comes our balance landing player, which is gonna make our demo struggle a little bit even more. Our killer needs to drop a chase because he realized that gen might be popping, and yeah, our survivors making amazing job in this 3v1, making even Demogorgon without like any resources, they're making them struggle.
Yep, that's also true. And well, I don't think they can actually. I mean, at this very point, I guess the killer is just running out of time, as you said before. Oh, missing those type of hits are painful because this means you're wasting more time than needed. And there you go, they are popping the last generator. So definitely, this game is it's meant to be for outs. So oof, even though he has a really strong doors on the top side of the map, so he can protect them. But I'm not sure if he can really protect them. Holy shit, that hit!
Yeah, this crossplay matchup. So this is such an unfortunate turn of events because our survivor can grit the pallet against Demogorgon because on even on normal ping, Demogorgon hits a lot of hits.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Cross regional games are actually a thing, and well, it feels bad whenever you see or you get attacked on this type of into the survivors. No, like Loki, I'm just kidding. Only survivors feel bad for this. Killers love to hit those pocos. I'm pretty sure of that. So, oof, that is actually so good for the killer. Might be the 3K. Yeah, might be the 3K if they manage to. I mean, if the killer manages to just pick Nancy and kill her, then it will be 2K. But if he should down the what was it? It was I guess was Sadam. Then it will be into a 3K. What do you think,
I
Lazy? Do you think it's going to be a 4K or just like 2 or 3K?
I think it's gonna be 2K. Our survivor probably are taking it out at this point. They're probably resting on the gate, hoping, yeah, there comes the out, and this is the result. I think this is 7 stages, 3 freshes, which is average result actually on demo. Our survivor need to a little bit, our killer needs to be a little bit of prepare and survivors for the like the worst scenario, which is, might be not coming clutch. Welcome back, everyone. This is our last match of this week. This is I think Eneida on the Demogorgon. We can see Noed, as I said before. This if our killer can make WinCon, which is 7 stages, 4 flashes, he wins this game fully. Let's see if our killer can make it. We can see our first chase being very fast, and let's see, maybe the attack is gonna come very fast too.
Yeah, that is true. And actually, you know what? Aiming to bring a Noed might might mean that the killer is actually looking for probably just camping. Oh, that's quite unfortunate. Just camping to the first survivor that he gets the down. Probably he's just not camping this Ada, but I'm pretty sure that he's bringing Noed just to camp the survivors. I mean, that's why you basically aim to bring Noed, right? To play in the end game instead of just like messing around during the early game.
I feel like no, it's just a safety. Even if he misplays some of the shreds or misplay mid game, he can still come back to the game because of the node, and the win con can be possible for him because of the nodes too.
Yeah, there is a thing to keep in mind. I'm pretty sure survivors, even though they might be just doing the right calls sometimes because I'm no, on time, because as you saw, no one was on the portal when Demo just jumped out. So even though I hope they are not expecting the node into the killer side. I'm pretty sure they are not, but I'm still hoping that they are not.
Let's see. I don't think the survivors can let Ada go second because of very hard win con. If the tunnel out comes in at 3 or 4 gens, it's still very hard to play against this.
Yeah, Loki just facing three big ones in general, they are hard, but they get harder when it's a killer where you as oh my god, that hit, where you as a survivor don't have like many options. Like second options, I will say, like second chances to live, like Unbreakable, Borrow Time, Decisive Strike. Those perks, of course, that are disabled against Demogorgon, so you don't have like those type of second chances if you make a mistake as a survivor. And well, really good job on the survivors punishing the camping of the killer by just popping 2 gens. Should be one more gen popping before Ada is dead on hook.
But the question is, can the survivors pull the Ada before the death? We can see amazing job from our survivor popping 3 gens. I don't think they gonna pull it. I don't think they have time for it. They're just spread is sitting on the gens and hoping that whoever is gonna get a chase, he's gonna have a long chase and make the killer a little bit struggle with it. There comes our Ada going to death.
Yeah, that is a really good observation into the Survivors gameplay. Aiming to have a good chase, or at least having a good last chase, is oh, it's something that you might want to have in every single chase, of course. But obviously, that is not the case every single time, right? So aiming to spread the gem pressure is also another thing that survivors might be doing. And of course, one of the gens that they are going to be popping as the last gens is going to be the main gen is the main gen building, because it's one of the safest gens in Cold Tower One. Fengmin just coming with the pre-drop on every single pala, avoiding getting tagged by Demo. So they are playing so safe, at least considering the win con. That's probably why they are playing this safe.
This is I feel like this is gonna be a problematic tag because Fangming can make literally anything because there is no palace around the main, and I feel like this might be a down. We actually know we have enough distance to play this pallet or even pre-drop it. I feel like the survivor might be just sitting on the gens and just hoping that the 2 gens pop for it. This is unfortunate turn of events. Fangming just sending the window, hoping that she's gonna win the 50. Killer losing her, this might actually be out. It is gonna be out because we are at 2 gens and there is a lot of pressure on the gens.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say anything before it's actually time for mentioning it. Well, that's quite sad that Fen brought the killer into this generator that is literally 99. I'm pretty sure they'll manage to pop this gen anyways. So imagine if this gen is like 99, I'm pretty sure the other gen might be like a little bit of the same, 80% at the very least, I will say. So definitely these games is meant to be for outs, as you said, and well, it seems that oh, guess we're being unlucky, Ace, but not that unlucky than the killer that is just missing a power. Unlucky for the Demo Gorgon. Now it's breaking the mid pallets, leaving survivors without resources, but still, this doesn't mean that they don't have windows to play with. So we'll see if the survivors can actually manage it. Like also the killer, sorry, needs to go for the gen that is close to the hatch. Keep in mind there is only one more gen up, and there you go. They have 2 gens that are 99. We're definitely about to see out, Lazy.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how our demo gonna be played because as we can see, our survivors gonna doing pretty good job trying to pre-run our killer and just not giving free tags for like any circumstances. Or we can see some play from our ace. That's the gen popping on 6. This is very hard situation for our killer because he can't commit any chase because the gens might be popping in a second.
You are absolutely right. I mean, they had progress on every single generator that is remaining on this trial. So more than a good gen efficiency by the survivor team. Now the question is if they're going to manage like the pressure that they had right now. eh, oh, that was a beautiful hit, and I was like, bro, how do you get the like stun? But Yeah, I totally forgot about a head-on. That was a beautiful head-on on Ace, just forcing the Demogorgon to commit him to the bottom side of the map. And this might end into the last survivor, that is Dwight popping the last generator. And there you go. Now it comes with the Noed, the special. Oh, they don't know still about the Noed.
I feel like our survivor did a great job this trial. They're making the kills struggle, uh, even if Aida got hooked at 5 gens and got second on 3 gens, they still pop all the gens on 3v1 and make Killer a little bit furious that he can't get the tags and everything.
Yeah, that's also another thing to say. Keep in mind that he decided to take the slug instead of just securing at the very least one more hook, which is putting him and his team into a really risky situation, if you ask me.
I feel like the survivors can just wait for the TP. There comes our not Ada, Fengming, which is a little bit of trouble because she's probably our smashed pair. Demo decides to not commit the chase, hoping that he's gonna cut off somewhere else, and that comes the ace. This is very close trial. I feel like our survivors are panicking a little bit. They know about the North right now. Let's see if they can open the gate. They actually open the gate. They're out.
My
And Eneida
God, like
lose the match, and yeah, that comes the trial, and they won it. Amazing job from our
actually,
survivors.
yeah, not gonna lie, Survivor team just made a beautiful job, like a beautiful job taking the 2-1 on the Demogorgon set as a tiebreaker. So thank you so much, everyone who passed through here. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next weekend with more Day by Down tournament. Thank you so much.